So good afternoon. So I will mainly explain what is QuIC. What is it exactly? What is it doing? And what eventually could be this impact. So maybe. So it's called European Quantum Industry Consortium, as a long name. It's an association, actually, but consortium was making a nice acronym, so that's really first thing to know. So we started 2 years ago exactly. I mean, we founded the association 2 years ago, and this was really a need. So there is in Europe a good research and ecosystem. There is also a lot of innovation. There's a lot of companies in all technologies, in all quantum technologies, skills as well. I mean, that's talent. We have in different countries and also on European Commission level a good commitment and fundings, or also private fundings. But the idea was like, how can we help each other? How can we go a step further? There is also, of course, there was this, you probably heard about the European Quantum Technology Flagship, which is a program, so also on the different the quantum technologies, so sensing, metrology, simulation, communication, and computing. There was, so there is a coordinated support action, and inside this there was a community. So the idea was like how to go beyond the life of this project and to continue to make it more perennial and really build a community. So this is all the reasons why we started that. So as I said, this is an association, a non-for-profit association. So we established so exactly in February with the first General Assembly in April, so 1 week more than 2 years ago. Founded by 14 large industry, but also SMEs and startups and investors, so from all over Europe and in different technology. Now we are, I will go back to in details, but we are 170 members. Will be a little more tomorrow. We have a meeting tomorrow. And really the idea is, so to build this community, it's the networking are very important, the exchange are important, and also be the voice of this industry. And from a pan-European perspective. So it's Europe 27, but also UK, Switzerland, associated country, candidate country. So European in the large sense. We also have, so the founders were industry, but we also have academics, research centers, other associations were also members. So that's, and we need those as well. We need to exchange with them. So the idea is also to create this ecosystem. So how do we, oops, how do I go back? So here it's some logos. So those are essentially the 27 members, but that's, yeah, I should update. So we were 167 just last week, but I need to update it again. And across different member states. So, yeah, so here it's, you can see we have a big majority of SMEs. So again, from the very little startup up to medium enterprise, and again in all technologies. Large enterprise, so I'm from SAP, but there's also Atos, Bosch, Thales, etc., or Airbus, or among the founders and other enterprise. So association, for example, Ametic in Spain, Münchner Kreis in Munich, etc. What is interesting as well, so it's really pan-European, really all over Europe and all over technologies. So that's really, this aspect are important. So how do we work? It's working group, and it's really by members for the members. So as soon as as a company is a member, as an organization is a member, they can participate in any of these working group, and in many working groups if required. So first, market trend and use cases. So it's really to analyze the different market trends in general, so not just in Europe, and look at the different use cases. Another one is strategic industry roadmap. So really defining, and it's a collective effort. We sit together, all members give their contribution, and we come out with a document. So it's close to 100 pages as of now. We are in V2 now. And that's an instrument that is interesting. So of course, everybody learns from the others, but it's also something that is helping us for when talking with the EU Commission, for example. So we can say, look, this is what our members are telling us, or this is what we need, or this is what's the future. Give you one little example, the critical components. There was this analysis of what are the critical components, or each technology has different. So which country produce this or this components, or maybe some component that is only one or two countries. Could be in Europe, by the way. It's not only outside Europe. So how then, of course, how to tackle it? But of course, having this analysis, having this view of it. Market and technology intelligence. So same process. It's all a collective effort, and you can see the different pillars. So as mentioned before, computing and simulation, communication, sensing methodology, and also all enabling technologies. So there are those expert groups that works in parallel. So some people could be in both. So the expert group looks at the specific technology, the market trends is looking at everything, and they cross. Then we have also working group who are more on, I don't want to say on the side, but that's it's not. It doesn't look so much as the core. It's not technology specific. So in the order here, so IP, everything that related to IP and trade. So we are not defining IP as QuIC. We are not doing any IP services for our members, but our members are looking at, okay, what is required? Or we have some members who are knowledgeable in this aspect, or could be IP office, or it could be another big company who say, look, to the small companies, they may say, pay attention to this, or you have to be careful with that. Here's, so giving some type of advice. So again, it's not a service, it's really more an exchange of best practices and also what are the needs in terms of IP and how to define it. Same for standardization. So plenty, all technologies need the standardization. Of course, sensing and metrology are much more mature in this sense, but computing and simulation will need it or need it right now. So same way, we are not defining standard. We are not a standardization bodies, but we, as members, we sit together and talk about what will be the needs, what is required, and we exchange with standardization bodies, so SenseAnalec, ISO, etc. So whoever is concerned as a standardization body. And there is a constant dialogue back and forth with those organizations. And we do have people who are sitting in some of the, for example, SenseAnalec quantum technology focus group. So that those people are making the connection. Skills, more or less the same idea. So we are not defining courses, but we define what are the needs or the future needs in terms of skills for the talent pool. Ecosystem. So here it's really about, I mentioned this networking and collaboration, etc. But here it's really how to build this ecosystem. And really looking forward at what is an ecosystem, what do we need in the future, how to build it. I mentioned the components, but in general, what are, to make sure we have all the value chain, and of course, making this ecosystem expanding. More specifically, SMEs and funding. So here it's helping the SMEs to understand what is available as funding, public funding, national, European level, what is also the VCs, also explaining how does it work. We also have EIC, we have a good relationship with EIC and, European Innovation Council and Investment Bank. So that's the kind of relationship. And then national chapters. So wherever we have members, we have a chapter. So local companies. So here it's to build also more local, more national ecosystem, but also to exchange with the local government. If there is a quantum plan, for example, that could be good to exchange. So that's how we work. So this is, as of today, that may evolve. We did have some working group to disappear or some merge. We may have new ones. So this is really what we want to do with it, and that's really what the members makes of it. So for each of these working group, there are 1 or 2 leads. So that's also the in-kind contribution from the members. So all this information you can find on the website, by the way, this including the name of the working group leads. We also have collaboration with, so there is equivalent, so I mentioned the national chapter and in some of those chapters. So here it's just a few examples. It's not, there is much more than this, but Le Lab Quantique in France, QuICSAP in Germany. So there are other association or other grouping that we interact, so through the national chapter or directly with QuIC, but also that may be of interest for some of you. So QEDC in US, so pretty similar, not exactly the same functioning, but in terms of objectives and content, this is pretty similar. So in US, Q-Star in Japan, so highly industrial, so we have a representative here, and Quantum Industry Canada, so QuIC, so we have hopefully we don't have the same name. So those 4, we already build up this international Council of Quantum Industry Association. So the idea here is not to compete on the members, but it's really, okay, if we talk about standardization, if we talk about, we have to collaborate. I mean, this is definitely a junction point where we have to work together. So we just started this, and that's an ongoing process. So that will continue. There may be other countries, other associations. I don't know, Singapore, I mean, not giving any scoop, this is just give this as an example, but that's the idea that, okay, we are working in Europe, but the market is, and especially on the research side, this is also global, so we have to collaborate this way. And so just some details. So I mentioned this quantum technology flagship earlier. So there is, in the new program, started late last year, there is a new coordinated support action. So QuIC is a partner of this action. The name of the project is QCATS. So we basically represent the industry in this project. So here it's really this European Commission project, part of the quantum technology flagship. So really looking broadly of all those projects, but that gives a link. And what we do inside QCATS, for example, the strategic research innovation agenda, that definitely has some intersection with the industry roadmap, and there is back and forth on those aspects. So this is our contribution here. Also, if I stay in Europe, we are, for more than a year now, a private member of EuroHPC. So EuroHPC is a joint undertaking from the European Commission and members, European states, so 27, but some others like Norway and Iceland. So created this joint undertaking to build infrastructures. And in the latest, the second regulation, this has been decided that quantum will be part of those HPC infrastructure. So that makes it was natural when QuIC was created to be part of it. So we are a private member. That means that as a president of QuIC, I sit on the governing board of EuroHPC, and more importantly, I mean more actively, I will say, two of our members are taking part of this research and innovation advisory group. So, which is the one that is helping the EuroHPC to define the content of the next program. Because I mentioned the infrastructure, but there is also research and innovation on those infrastructures. So inside this, so that's an interesting collaboration. We also signed recently a MOU, a memorandum of collaboration with ENAS. So, and there's also a lot of activities around the CHIPS Act. Also, back and forth. Of course, the European Commission is always interested to know what our members are thinking, and vice versa. So this is a interaction. And there are plenty like this. I mentioned earlier EIB and EIC. There is so of course we have this Horizon Europe program, Digital Europe program. So that there are interaction at those levels as well. So again, it's here it's it's more on a demand basis or what's depending. There is also the European communication infrastructure, for example. So this so we are not a direct member of it, but we interact also with the Commission on this, and we make sure our members are part of this on the national QCI or on the European one. And that's it. So it's 3 minutes left for a question.
Thank you.
So of course, so you have all this information on this. So if you're interested, if you want to know more, if you're a European company or a university working in quantum, whatever technology, so including consulting, for example, you're welcome, and you can apply. You can find the application form on the website.
Thank you, Mrs. Lebars. Any questions?
I don't see the room. So.
Hi, thanks for a great talk. Just a curiosity, do you have any program you are doing right now with international, consortiums like a QEDC or a QSTAR? Like, there's some specific programs, or
it's not
the project
really,
together.
Yeah, it's not really a program. It's it's really this council. So we. Basically,
like a partnership.
Yeah, it's kind of memorandum of understanding of collaboration where we say, okay, we collaborate on this topic. So I gave the example of standardization. I forgot all the topics, but that's and that can evolve. I mean, we sit together. Our executive director is in direct interaction with the respective directors. So that's the way we do. So it's not. We are not defining a program and then there is a course. It's really working group to working group directly.
That's more like a thinking the policies and strategies
in
the international level.
And it's really exchange of ideas and exchange. Or if we talk about standardization, we may have a common a working group, a joint working group. And we, for example, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we will have a plenary meeting with all our members. And there is the first day, so we invite QSTAR and to present. Last time this was QEDC, etc. So that the idea is really this exchange, and it's open. I mean, it could be anything, but it's not structured or there is no money on it because again, this is an association, so it's. But that's the best way to collaborate. I think that's it could evolve. Huh? That's we make what we want of it.
So one other question is: do you have a specific technical area or business area that you feel it needs an international relationship? Like, do you have any, like, standardization is something that we have to work in the global level? Do you have any other examples of like that?
Yeah, I mean, fundings, for example, could be also, even if, from different regions, the structure could be different, but there are some, how to help SMEs and how to those critical components are also interesting for everyone, because it's everyone will be affected if there is an issue on stuff. Sorry, I forgot, because I was not involved directly myself in this, but that's then it is whatever we want to do. That there is no limitation. There is no. I mean, beside, of course, whatever is IP protected, but there is no. We didn't have any predefined boundaries on this. So you're welcome to to participate in any of this. Yeah.